What is it that you don't want to see that's being brought up with you during this lunar eclipse? Let's pull a few cards for you fire signs and the greater collective and see what the general energies are, underlying energies are for everybody. So I've already pulled a few cards for the greater collective, and then we'll do a card for you guys for the fire signs. I am an Aries sun, so this applies to me too. Of course, we all have all of the signs and all of the elements in our chart somewhere. So it'll hit us all in some way. This eclipse is a big one. Okay. So for the earth or the fire signs, we have the star, which is a great hope for the future of feeling that the universe has our back, and it's kind of a great yes wish fulfillment card. This is a great start. It's a major arcana too. This is a big energy. Within the greater collective, we have the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and Justice. And to me, this is really talking about, for one thing, I feel like right now that it shows that the hope for a new beginning in making money, of like getting paid. I feel like a lot of us are not feeling like we're getting paid. That wealth and the resources we need are not coming to us, and as a greater collective, we're seeing a lot of that in the world. The Eight of Wands shows that there's going to be a lot of activity and communications, things happening really quickly. And Justice here, I feel like it's about weighing out all the shenanigans. This could also be all the shenanigans coming out around us as a collective, feeling like, where's our money? Where's our beginning? Where's all these promises? And I feel like this is also the legal system, the people that are within the legal system that are acting on our behalf. And I feel like, this is true for, I'm in the US, and so there's a lot of stuff going on here, but also all over the world. We're seeing a lot of these shenanigans happen. Big changes happening, lots of activity and communications, a lot of legal adjustments and weighing of what's going on around us as a collective not getting ours. So with the star here for the fire signs, I feel like there is hope for the future. I feel like this is, with us fire signs within the collective, it really does show that we do, the universe has our back. All these things are going to weigh out, and justice will be served. I think things will balance out in the end. So that's for the collective and the underlying fire signs card. So next, I'd like to explore the general energy soup that we're all swimming in, and go over the astrological transits for the astrology nerds. If that's not your thing, that's okay. You're welcome to skip all the astrobabble. It will be time-stamped, and in the timeline here, you can hover over that and skip that part if you like. And so after that, we'll get into the 3 gifts reading for the element here to watch for, and get on to the rest of the card reading. The 3 gifts reading explores where you are right now. It has a card for the energies coming in based on the frequencies that we're putting out and drawing towards us. And then it also there's a card for the energies wanting to flow away. There'll be a couple of supportive cards that will be guidance through navigating it all to polish off the end of that. And then, I just wanted to mention I really support your watching. And if you want to support the growth of my new channel, so much appreciated if you want to like, subscribe, comment. I love, love, love to hear how any of this lands for you in your life. This is a big eclipse, and there's big changes going on. What's it doing for you, and how does any of this, excuse me, uh, of this reading land in your life? Is any of it hitting for you? Great, on to the next. So the energy soup is the vibe that we all swim in. It's the frequencies of the planetary transits as they dance in the heavens, stirred up with all of our individual frequencies from all our individual personal perspectives. Our birth charts are like a snapshot of the heavens, of the planetary conversation that was happening at the time of our birth and from the place where we were on the planet. Uh, it's the hand that we were dealt, so to speak. How are you playing your hand? No judgment. It's here for us to work through as we're here in this lifetime running around on the planet in this little body that we have. This includes everything from our thoughts and emotions to our bodies and our physical environment. What is the vibe you feel in the words and the tone that you use inside yourself and to others? How do you care for your physical space? Your home, your car, your desk, your kitchen, your purse, your wallet? Do your relationships respect yourself and others? How about your finances and your resources? This eclipse season is a very potent catalyst of exposing the deep down things that we don't want to look at. This is so that we can finally really see how we are getting in our own way. This goes for us as individuals and for the greater collective as humanity. A quote from Iyanla Vanzant, who I love dearly. I've learned so much from her. She says, "You cannot seek transformation while you are seated in stagnation." We can no longer look at our lives and the world with yesterday's eyes. This lunar eclipse reminds us that today is reflecting back the nostalgia of yesterday, both the positive and the not so wonderful. What is required is discernment in the here and now. The cards in astrology teach us how our challenges are the opportunities for our growth. Our overwhelm is showing the practicality of letting go of what drains us and is no longer useful. It also shows the value of considering action on the ideals of our dreams and in a joyful way to create meaningful, true change. Life gives us exactly what we need at exactly the right time. Even that wrench in our spokes to get our attention and that fire under our ass to get us moving. It's up to you on which direction you take. So, the energy soup in the astrological transits of this lunar eclipse in Virgo, there's a lot to unpack here. So, the lunar eclipse is in the Virgo and Pisces axis at 5 degrees, with the moon in Pisces and the sun conjunct Mercury at 5 degrees Virgo. This gives a discerning voice to what we can juggle in day-to-day life around taking care of physical needs well. It is exposing escapist, addictive habit patterns and what is a reasonable plan for achieving our dreams. This eclipse is T-squared by Uranus in Gemini. It presents unexpected tensions from information around daily overwhelm of habitual distractions versus what is truly fulfilling to our spirit in our neighborhood environment. We also have a yod that is greatly involving this eclipse. So this calls for, if we do the work, it gives flow to that uncomfortable itch, calling out what needs transformation in society and volatile delusions. The moon is the midpoint in that sextile, and it reflects back the power of our emotions combined with taking action in our dreams. This is a fated rare configuration, signifying that this eclipse's revelations give powerful initiation for deep spiritual transformation toward the intelligent organization of a reasonable schedule to change into a new, healthier environment for all. Big stuff to wrap your head around. We also have Lilith is still conjunct the galactic center. She gives support to think way outside the box, to fearlessly use that wild side to explore further than what has societally been comfortable. Our Virgo sun and Mercury is sextile to Ceres in Cancer. This beautifully blends the discerning analytical virtues of Virgo with the Ceres energies concerning nurturing, caregiving, and agriculture. This encourages clear emotional communication around practical care into the future. We also have a grand minor trine with Uranus in Gemini, trine Pluto in Aquarius, and then both sextile to Neptune in Aries. This is using the easy flow energies of unexpected information and transformation towards independence and power to the people. Action is required to use this information, the networks created, and immediate environmental change to evolve disabling habits and addictions to spiritually connected dreams. Then we have Pisces in Aquarius square Chiron in Taurus. These transformations are poking at our deepest wounds around finances, comfort, and what we truly value, challenging us to use the information that is surfacing to address these issues. There is help, though. We have Leo trine Saturn. This is going to be with us, coming in 3 different waves for the next 11 months. This energy gives huge expansive energy to take the spotlight with heart, to creatively take initiatory action on building new structure systems with integrity through time. This is big rock star with integrity energy. Let's get on it. Okay, fire signs. For our 3 gifts reading today, and for this week, with this big eclipse, we'll start with the card with where we are right now, the gift of where we are right now. Always in gratitude. You know, when we drop into gratitude, it automatically raises us up and starts bringing us up out of whatever funk we're in, out of that lower vibration with fire that's anger and frustration, agitation, and it brings us up higher. So we got for the present card, we got the 10 of Wands reversed. 10 of Wands is the end of a cycle. Wands has a lot to do with the actions that we're taking, the work that we're doing, what we're creating. And I feel like, when it's reversed, it's about taking on too much, of having to lay some of that burden down, because it's more than what we can handle. And so I feel like this is part of what this eclipse is bringing out for us, is looking at our day to day and just looking at, oh my God, where am I doing too much? What have I taken on that used to be fun that isn't anymore? We're starting to, this eclipse is bringing out emotional responses to being overburdened. So if you are feeling angry or frustrated or agitated, this is going to be a way to help relieve some of that and help bring things up. Once that agitation and that frustration and the anger is relieved, it's a lot easier to feel the creativity. Fire is also about having fun and playing and dancing. And so all work and no play makes fire signs a dull kid. Okay, so the energy that's being brought in from the universe, universe has always got things lined up in the pipeline based on what we've been putting out. And so that can change from moment to moment as the frequencies that we are putting off change. And that's why nothing is set in stone. Everything is changeable. And even the energies that are more, I don't really like the word faded that much, but there are bigger energies that, yes, we are going to have to deal with certain things. We still have the free will and the choice to be able to figure out how are we going to navigate it. So here's our card for the gift of the energies coming in. So we've got the 7 of Swords. So to me, this is about, the 7 of Swords is about, somebody, sometimes about getting away with something, which, as we're seeing in the world, yes, there are a lot of people that are getting away with something. When the card's upright like this, often that signifies that they're being successful, that they are getting away with things while everybody's sleeping. Sometimes this card also, to me, talks about taking all your, the swords are our ideas and our thoughts. And to me, I feel like sometimes this is about, I'm going to walk away quietly. I'm not going to tell anybody. And I'm going to take all my thoughts and ideas with me. I'll leave my 2 cents about how I feel about it. And so this could be kind of a quiet quitting type of energy. This is minor arcana. So these are like the little everyday dramas. This could be at work. This could be stuff in your relationships where it's like, I've had enough of this. I'm going to give you my 2 cents, but I'm out. Anyway, we'll get into talking about as the cards reveal. So in the gift of the energy wanting to flow away, the gift here is, it's something that, it's energy flowing away from us. It can be a gift given to someone or to the greater good of the collective, but it can also be the gift of forgiving something for yourself, of letting something go, without judgment and attachment or sadness or anger, just letting it go, walking away. Okay, so we have the Lovers. So this major arcana, so this is a big one. This is, the Lovers can be walking away from a lover, from a romantic relationship, or a partnership of some sort. Doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. It can be a business partnership, or a living situation, a strong friendship. But it can also be just a big choice. Often the Lover's card to me represents a choice of commitment. So to me, this is about walking away and letting a commitment, a big commitment. This is a big commitment. Go. And to me, I really feel like by letting this go, this is a big energy of right now feeling very overburdened, and it's too much, can't do it anymore. And I do kind of feel like, we're seeing out in the world, we're seeing lots of things moving and shaking. Things are not equal right now. A lot of us are not getting paid money, but we're just not being given the resources that we were expecting. It's kind of a where's mine? And I feel like it's not from a selfish place. I feel like I've been doing the work. I'm doing, and this is what I'm owed and what I'm due. And meanwhile, the wheels of justice are turning, and it just takes time. But I feel like even this card is kind of behind the scenes. I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And meanwhile, we have, for the fire signs, we have this, there is hope. The universe has got our back. And I really feel like this right here it's about us being able to let go of a big commitment. Like I said, it could be a big relationship. It could be a partnership of some sort. It can also just be a commitment that has been to a certain way of thinking, and your relationship to your job, your relationship to your world, a relationship to an idea that you've had, that you've committed to and put a lot into, and it's just overburdening you, and it's time to lighten your load on that stuff. So it may not be completely walk away from that relationship of whatever it is, but it's about lightening your load and making the changes so that overburden is not there anymore. It's about taking care of yourself. And to me, that is about, I'm going to take all my awesome ideas and I'm going to leave my 2 cents and walk away. I think that's an awesome thing. So let's do a couple more cards. These are just supportive cards. I find them to be just for guidance to kind of navigate through this a little bit more. I like to see what's going on. It's nice to see where there's tension and challenges, but it's also nice to go, well, what do I do about it? And so I find that these are animals. This is the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle deck by Vicki Burley. And the animals I find to be a great advice on how to get out of our heads as humans. We have a tendency to use a lot of words and we get stuck in our heads. And the animals come from a much more visceral, energetic place. And so I think it's kind of about adopting the energy of that animal. So we have the hawk. And to me, first of all, hawks are birds. Birds fly. They get higher up and see the bigger picture. That is so huge. And I feel like that's part of this being able to unburden yourself. To me, the star card is about seeing that bigger picture, getting out of even, the drama on the planet right now. We need to back off even of that, to be able to see things more clearly of what are we going to do? How are we going to deal with the greater issues of humanity, but how am I going to navigate my single life while I'm here during this time? It's a pivotal time, and what we do as individuals has a great deal of, we don't know our ripple on the planet. Every little thing that we do all adds up. And she's even pouring water into the water there. So she's making her ripples. I love this card. That's beautiful. So the hawk says, perched high above, you peer down on the world below. That perspective. Zero in on your target. Zero in on your target, then act swiftly with a mighty force. You have the ability to soar to vast heights. So to me, this is about get up, back off away out of the whole living in the drama and see the bigger picture. And then you're going to be able to make a much better judgment call. You'll be able to weigh the options and look at it with logic and honor and integrity, and be able to make that judgment call on where do you want your energy, so that you are not wasting your energy on a bunch of stuff that is old stuff that maybe at one time it worked for you, but it's not anymore. Now it's become overburdening. And so letting go of those commitments that you may have made at one time without judgment. Hey, it was a great idea at the time. You've learned the lessons. You've had the experiences. I hope it was a great thing. And even if it wasn't, don't judge yourself badly. We learn from all the things that are challenging for us. Those are the gifts that those things give to us. You have the ability to soar to vast heights. So, don't take yourself lightly. You have great power while we are here in this body, in this life. The universe really came together in so many miraculous ways to not only bring you here, but to get you to this point. So as you cruise through the labyrinth of life, don't sell yourself short, and it is worth it to jump in and make the changes and do the little tweaks here and there, and make the big changes. All of it. It's all there for a reason. So yes, the hawk. I love that. That's also the hawk is also an Aries card. So that is kind of a fire signy thing. And so these are the Flower Petals card by Sherilyn Darcy. And these are just very simple messages from the flowers. I'm a farmer and a gardener, and I love the plants. So we have the poppy. Remember who you wanted to be. We got this card a couple weeks ago. Remember where you wanted to be, or who you wanted to be. And so to me, this card always reminds me of checking in with your 11-year-old self, of when you were just becoming an aware little human on the planet, of, wow, I want to do this, or seeing something through inexperienced eyes of like, wow, that looks so amazing. I want to do that. And having those big dreams and the beginner's luck of never having done it before. This is a beautiful thing. Remember who you wanted to be, and then use that and all this beautiful support from the universe. I feel like this has a lot to do with the Jupiter and Saturn energy that we have, that we can act upon to bring integrity and take big steps towards what we want to see in the world, and bring that integrity back, bring the fairness back. This is all about bringing fairness back. Things have not been very fair. We want things to balance out a little better. Okay, Well, I think that's good for the fire signs for this week. I really hope that things are going well for you for this eclipse. Um, it's a biggie, so sometimes I feel like my interest in the cards and astrology really came about because I started realizing, wow, there are days where, oh my gosh, everybody's grumpy or driving badly, or wow, today everything seems to be flowing and hitting all the green lights, and everybody's in a good mood. And I started realizing that we are all swimming in this same energy soup. And so the astrology really helps us be able to see what is the tone that we're in right now and how can we use that energy, just like the tides in the ocean, of being able to do things at the right time and ride that wave of energy to grow the way we want and see and help us get to where we want to be in our lives, and have that bigger perspective to be able to use our challenges, the things that are hard and painful, and use that energy and make it mean something. So anyway, have a great week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.